So I'm this ancient guy, 85 years old, and so I do much, much better if I feel supported. Please come on over here.
Yeah, come on.
How hard can it be? Please come on over here so I feel some support in sharing with you. And am I ever appreciative for this band? I spent so many happy hours playing tuba and bass and sousaphone on my shoulder. Many, 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 many happy hours parading and playing. And you guys are good. Whoa, what a great, aren't they great? And what a great day we've got. And already the conversations I've had have been very stimulating to me. Across the states that divide us, I feel connected. Maybe partly because of the week too. And I remember a bunch of your faces. It was really a wonderful time. I'd like to quickly, since I only have a bit of time here, place this gathering today in a larger context. That's a lot of what I do. That maybe it's an occupational hazard of being a professor. I don't know. But anyway, I can't help myself because I developed at one point in my life a 5-stage theory for nonviolent revolution. That is, a revolution in the sense that it would really change things so we'd really have justice and we'd really have peace. And I've discovered through research that it's possible to get a nonviolent revolution non-violently. But it's also helpful to know that that usually happens and needs to happen in stages rather than overnight. So, and looking at the ages of people here, I know you aren't expecting overnight miracles. Okay, but let me tell you about these 5 stages and place this gathering and your work in that context. First stage is what I call cultural preparation. It's preparing the minds and the consciousness of people to understand, whoa, A, we need change, B, we could have change. That is, there's better stuff we could do in our society. We could actually deliver change. And C, there are people who conceivably could get together and make that happen. Because it does require forcing it to happen, but if we get enough people together, we can force it to happen. So that all happens in stage 1. And stage 2 is organization building. Hey, do we have some applause for organization building? Because what could be more natural when people change their minds about themselves, their role, and what needs to happen in society is to get together with others of like mind. And then share the word and draw more people in, right? So stage 2 is organization building. It's a delightful stage for those of us who love organizations. It's not so delightful for people who don't like to build organizations. But I'm guessing your being here means that you're on the side of organization. And thank goodness for that, because I've never seen a successful revolution in history that didn't involve a lot of organizing. The efforts to do something spontaneously and transform society spontaneously, sorry about that, I can't report a single success. So, okay, organization building, that's number 2. Number 3, stage 3, this is where the drama comes in. And some of you I've already chatted with know about drama. We create drama in that 3rd stage by engaging in nonviolent, some would call it provocation, nonviolent tactics that illuminate what's going on. And one way they illuminate is they just put a dramatic spotlight on what's going on. I mean, great examples from the civil rights movement, like sit-ins, right, and occupying lunch counters and that kind of thing. And we have lots of contemporary examples today. And one of the things I love about stage 3, this drama stage, is that it invites creativity. And there's some portion of us who hold back a little bit while they see the organization going on. Oh yeah, organization, well, what's new about that in America? We're full of organizations. But when the drama happens, they start stepping forward because they have creative, and drama attracts, right? So, whoa, we're getting dramatic here. Okay, let me be part of that. And so the drama stage, though, also attracts some repression, right? because the forces that are running things don't really, they can see what's happening and they don't like that. So they often give consequences. And so I can't tell you how many times I've been in jail because somebody thought there need to be consequences. This is a little too dramatic for us. How many of you have been in jail so far? I say so far because there's still plenty of time for those of you who haven't done it yet. It's a very illuminating experience. Everybody I've talked with about it. Not a pleasant one. I have to admit that when the jail cell door closes, that clang of steel against steel, I hate that. I have to admit it. I've never gotten used to it and never expect to. I hate it. And it's okay. I also go to the dentist, to tell you the honest truth. I don't really love going to the dentist either. It's just one of those things that keeps me healthy, and that drama stage builds the health of a movement such that it can go to stage 4. But what is stage 4? Stage 4, oh my goodness. Stage 4 is non-cooperation, mass non-cooperation. When people refuse to do what they're expected to do or what they're required to do. Does that matter? We get to see good examples of that thanks to the labor movement. In fact, right now, even the President of the United States decided it would be politically wise for him to associate with a mass non-cooperation thing called the UAW strike. Amazing, amazing. Never thought I'd live to see that day. Very, very interesting thing to notice that. Mass non-cooperation forces corporations who think they rule the world, right? To reconsider. Oh my gosh, we're going to have to give in. Let's hope we can give in just a little rather than more. That's how powerful non-cooperation is. In fact, I created a database when I was a professor at Swarthmore College that includes cases in which military dictatorships were overthrown in stage 4. Military dictatorships were overthrown by nonviolent non-cooperation. In other words, the strike wasn't just the auto workers or the steel workers or the coal miners or whatever, but spread through the whole society, and basically the society went on strike and said, we're not getting back to work. We're not even making the buses run. We're not making anything work until the gang that's running us, in our case that would be the economic elite, gives up and says, okay, we're going to have a democracy anyway. Hate it though we must. We will have to concede. So that's what stage 4 does. And so you might say, oh, good. Well, that takes care of that. We only need 4 stages. But I think, judging from my experience in researching many, many places, that a 5th stage is useful. And that is, a 5th stage is alternative institutions that have become so strong that they are actually creating different institutions that are more democratic in character. Oh, you like that idea? Well, this is encouraging. I'm talking to the right crowd. Because if we only stop the game and force concessions from the economic elite, but go back to the same institutions, we're going to end up back in the same place. So what we need to do is change the institutions as well, governing institutions, economic institutions, and so on. And thank goodness there are models that we can learn from, as some of you have heard me talk about this week, like the Nordic countries who've experimented with alternative institutions writ large. And that kind of thing can happen. When, for example, the Norwegians struck oil, everybody assumed they would develop oil the way we developed oil, with private corporations, building. They said, no way. We will own the oil. We, the people of Norway, will own the oil. We're not going to let Exxon or one of those outfits take it. And the U.S. government was so upset with that decision that the next meeting, which happened to be in Washington, sponsored by us, of all the different oil exporting nations, from Middle East and so on, they do have these off-the-record meetings about once a year, and it was the United States' turn to organize that meeting. The U.S. refused to invite Norway to the meeting. because they didn't want others to find out what the Norwegian version of dealing with oil was, which was actually to spread the wealth with the people. And that's the kind of thing that becomes possible when you go into that stage 5. So congratulations, you're doing stage 2, you're doing stage 3. I'm thrilled when I get a chance to do that. It's very, very exciting work, building those organizations that can then grow rapidly enough when the atmosphere starts changing, and when we can take the advantage through drama in the stage 3, all of that, if there are contradictions going on in society, which in our society, whoa, leads to stage 4, and then, oh my gosh, hang on, I'll probably see you again, even though I'll be 90 then. So let's do it together. And I love it that this gathering, and I get to be at least in 5 minutes of it, is a gathering dedicated to strengthen your organizations. Because my experience in historical research is that when people try to leap ahead and just do stage 4, mass-on cooperation is very exciting, right? But don't have an organizational infrastructure like you folks are developing, then the thing can fall like, what is it that rises and falls quickly? Mushrooms? Who does that?
A drumstick.
A drumstick. There we go. Boom. And we don't want that. We want something solid to come out of our work and our sacrifice. And that's why your work is so important. And I'm feeling very privileged myself, all the way from Philadelphia, to be able to join you today. Thank you very much.